Your crown sits crooked, my love. Her fingers brushed my temple, gentle as always. Let me fix it for you. I used to lean into her touch, used to trust those delicate hands that now adjusted gold with such care. There, she smiled, checking the fit. Perfect. Like you, I said. Her laugh sparkled like the poison she'd been adding to my wine. My king, you still say the sweetest things, and you still blush at them. Because I'm thinking of tonight. She kissed my cheek, whispered close. I have something special planned. I didn't know then that she meant my execution, or that her blush was anticipation of my end. Tell me again, I asked her one evening, how you first fell in love with me. She sat at her vanity, brushing that magnificent dark hair. In the mirror, her smile was perfect, practiced. At the spring festival, she said, each brush stroke measured. You danced with every nobleman's daughter, but only looked at you. And I thought, she turned, face soft in candlelight, what a gentle king, what a trusting soul. Now, I wonder if she meant foolish. We married within months. The court celebrated. The kingdom rejoiced. My advisers warned me it was too fast, but her words were honey. My heart knows its home, she'd whispered on our wedding night. My soul knows its king. My love knows its destiny, all true in their way, all deadly in their meaning. She played the perfect queen, always at my side, always touching, smiling, watching. You work too hard, she'd say, massaging my shoulders, her fingers mapping weakness. Drink more wine, she'd urge at feasts, testing which poisons I'd notice. Let me read the reports, she'd offer, learning our defenses. Even now, she performs flawlessly. The caring wife, the devoted queen. You seem troubled tonight, she says, joining me at the window. Just thinking of us, of love. Ah, her hand finds mine, cool, steady. Love is like a crown, isn't it? Heavy with responsibility. And trust? Trust, she kisses my fingers. Trust is what makes kings vulnerable. Didn't your father teach you that? He did. I didn't listen. I was too busy watching her smile. Doubt crept in like evening shadows. You're distracted today, she said over breakfast, pouring my wine herself. Always herself. Thinking of the execution yesterday. The traitor? Her hand stayed steady. He died well. He claimed conspiracy, named names. All traitors do, my love. She sipped from my cup first. A loving gesture, a careful test. It's why we don't listen. But I had listened, had heard her name whispered before the axe fell. In the garden, she wove me a flower crown, like when we courted. Remember our first walk here? Her fingers worked deftly. You said I was your destiny. You agreed. Some destinies are... She placed the crown on my head. Fatal. Like love? Her smile flickered. Like trust. At council meetings, she sat beside my throne, close enough to touch, to whisper. Lord Devon seems nervous today, she murmured, because he'd warned me about her, had died of fever next morning. Does he, my queen? Like a man with secrets. Her hand found mine. Shall I speak with him? No. I squeezed her fingers. Let me. Was that disappointment in her eyes? Night brought intimate dangers. You're not sleeping, she observed, stroking my chest. Dreams. Tell me. Always wanting my secrets, always collecting my weaknesses. Of betrayal. Her hand paused, resumed. Natural for a king. For a husband? She kissed me. Soft. Deadly. Wives are meant to soothe such fears. How? With love. Another kiss. With loyalty. Another. With wine. I turned away. Not tonight. Her smile stayed perfect. Her eyes grew cold. Rumors reached me. Servants whispered. Guards warned. She found me in the map room, studying escape routes. Planning conquests? She wrapped her arms around me from behind. Studying defenses. Clever. Her chin rested on my shoulder. Though a bit late, wouldn't you say? My blood chilled. For what? For war, of course. Her laugh brushed my ear. What else? The night before my planned execution, she was especially loving. You're tense, she purred, offering wine. Aren't you? Why should I be? Perfect innocence. Perfect lie. Tomorrow's a big day. Is it? She set the cup down. Untasted. You tell me. Our eyes met in candlelight. Her mask slipped, just slightly. Have you ever considered, she traced my jaw, that some queens are meant to rule alone? Have you ever considered, I caught her wrist, that some kings aren't as blind as they seem? For the first time, I saw real emotion in her eyes. Fear, rage, respect. Well then, she stepped back, mask returning. Tomorrow will be interesting, won't it? Very. She paused at the door. I did love you, you know. In my way. I know, like a headsman loves his axe. Her laugh was genuine at last. Oh, my king. My love. My fool. She left me with wine untouched, guards approaching, and dawn bringing either my death or hers. Dawn found us in the throne room, her perfect mask, my pretend blindness. You're up early, my love. She wore white, like our wedding day. Couldn't sleep? Waiting for you. For me? Such innocent surprise. Or for your guards? Which were you waiting for? I nodded to her hidden assassins, the ones behind the tapestries. Her smile changed, sharpened. When did you know? That my loving wife planned my execution? I circled her slowly. Perhaps when Lord Devon died, perhaps when my wine started tasting strange, or perhaps when you started saying, I love you? Too perfectly. She laughed, actually laughed. And here I thought that was my best performance. It was. Every word, every touch. I stopped before her. Every kiss. Not every kiss. She stepped closer. Some were real. Like this one? Her lips met mine, soft, sweet, deadly. I felt the needle in her ring. She felt my blade at her ribs. We parted, both smiling. Clever king, she whispered. Deadly queen, I returned. Her assassins emerged from shadows. My guards stepped from alcoves. Perfect standoff. Perfect end. You could have just poisoned me, I said. You could have just executed me, she countered. I wanted to understand why. Power. She touched my crown. One last time. Always power. Not love? Love is power's prettiest mask. Her eyes held actual regret. And you wore it so beautifully. Like you wore devotion? We all play our parts. She glanced at our armed audience, the loving wife, the trusting king, the perfect tragedy. Only one survives. True. She stepped back, drew a hidden blade. Shall we see which of us played our part better? Dawn painted her white dress blood red, made her smile gleam like steel, turned her love to warfare. My queen, I drew my sword. My love, my king, she raised her blade. My fool. The sun rose. The game ended, and perfect love became perfect battle. They say queens die differently than common women. She proved it true. Even with my blade at her throat, she smiled. Perfect. Poised. Deadly to the last. Going to execute your loving wife? Blood trickled from her lip. In front of all these witnesses? Like you planned for me? Ah, but I would have made it look like tragedy. She touched her split lip. You make it look like murder. Around us, her assassins lay dead or captured. My guards waited for the final act. Dawn painted the throne room gold, like her perfect mask, like our perfect lies. Any last words? I asked. Real ones this time? Just 3. She stepped into my blade. Closer. Intimate as lovers. I enjoyed this. The betrayal? The game. Her eyes held actual fire now. You were the only one who ever saw through me, who played it back. I learned from the best. Yes, pride in her voice. You did. I lowered my sword. She raised an eyebrow. Mercy, my king? No, I stepped back. Something crueler. Understanding dawned in her eyes as guards approached with chains. Prison? She actually laughed. That's your victory? No. Marriage. Now fear showed. First real emotion I'd ever seen. You'll stay my queen, I continued. Keep your crown, your title, your perfect mask. And the price? Play it true this time. I touched her cheek. Every day, every night, knowing I see through every lie. You're right, she whispered. That is crueler than death. I learned cruelty from you, my love. They led her away. Still perfect, still poised. But her mask cracked just slightly. Just enough. They say she still plays the perfect queen, still performs flawlessly at court, still wears devotion like a crown. But in private moments, when our eyes meet, we both know. Some games never end. Some loves are really wars. Some marriages are better prisons than dungeons. And sometimes the cruelest victory is making perfect lies live forever. I do love you, she said yesterday, pouring my wine. I know, I answered, watching her sip first. Perfect performance. Perfect prison. Perfect end.